The BBC has gained rare access to Iran, where people had hoped to see the economy revived through the nuclear deal and the lifting of sanctions. Our correspondent Martin Patience has been talking to Iranians in the holy city of Qom and the capital Tehran, alongside cameraman Nik Millard and producer Cara Swift. As with all foreign media, they were accompanied by a government official, and there were restrictions on what they could film, but not what they could say.
Nationalism, pride and resistance. It's religion that fuels Iran's politics. But now the choreographed chants of death to our enemies are growing louder. The religious city of Qom is where clerics have kept the revolutionary flame alive for 40 years. It's where resistance to America is strongest.
Donald Trump is a liar, is an unpredictable person. He is not representative of Satan. He's Satan himself. He is a Satan.
Donald Trump is Satan?
Yeah. Because, the Satan does everything that he does.
The US accuses Iran's religious leaders of wanting to develop nuclear weapons, of seeking to dominate the region. By pulling out of the nuclear deal, Donald Trump strengthened Iran's hardliners who say that America should never have been trusted in the first place. But many here know that political Islam doesn't have the same appeal as it did 40 years ago. Iran's changing. In the capital, Tehran, clerics compete with pop stars for influence. Most Iranians were born after the 1979 revolution. The younger generation is more open to the world. It's these liberal Iranians that Donald Trump believes he can win over. But instead, anti-American sentiment is unifying Iran.
It's true that Iran is pushing very hard on the issue of nuclear energy. Perhaps we are pushing too hard, but if nuclear energy is bad for us, then it should be bad for everyone else as well.
The US and Iran needn't be enemies. The paint on this mural is fading. 4 years ago, with the nuclear deal, America and Iran showed they could reach an agreement. But it was never built on trust. What happened here 40 years ago has poisoned relations ever since. Iranian students stormed the US embassy, holding American diplomats hostage for more than a year.
I was from the first day here. This is me. It was Christmas. We wanted the American hostages.
Hussein Sheikh al-Islam was one of the hostage takers and later a government minister. This is his message to America.
There is no way, if he continues like that Iranian people and their leadership can trust their future with Mr. Trump.
But he says the last nuclear agreement was too generous. And
what is the guarantee the president after that doesn't say something else?
But he says it was too generous and it allowed Iran to meddle in the Middle East.
But this is not the way. This is not the way.
Are you worried that there will be a war between America and Iran?
There is not going to be a war, because a war against us means killed American soldiers. And he is not ready to make a funeral in Washington, D.C.
The former embassy is a reminder of the limits of American power. Many Iranians believe that the US has not learnt that lesson. Iran's history is defined by its struggle against foreign nations. And today, America and its allies confront Iran at their own peril. Martin Patience, BBC News, Tehran.